Alright guys, now it's time to register our domain name and then set up web hosting so we have our safe and stable environment ready to install WordPress. Like I said, we're getting our domain name from GoDaddy because they're the domain name experts, and the hosting from HostGator because they're the hosting experts. But if you have other companies that you'd like to use or that you're already using, I'd still like to make this tutorial work for you. Just let me know if you have any questions in the comments, and I think the steps should be generally the same. For example, if you already registered your domain name somewhere else, you're still going to need to point it at our HostGator hosting where we're going to have WordPress installed. And if you already registered your domain name at GoDaddy and don't need a new domain name, then that's fine too. Just follow along and it'll all make sense. Once you're at GoDaddy, the first step is just to search, and this can take some time. When I looked for Comfy Animals, however, it was available. I got lucky, and so I registered it right away. This was about 3 days ago. And that's why if you already registered a domain name at GoDaddy, you'll be just fine, because that's in fact what we're doing here. I just wanted to search around and give some tips for people that are getting their first domain name ever. So what are those tips? Well, you want your domain name to be brief, alright? And if you can't get the domain name you want, then choosing your first name, last name, like Gregory and Ryan, or whatever your name is, like John Smith, is a solid idea. At the end of the day, you want to control where this domain name goes so that someone else can't impersonate you or make you look bad when you have to go to an interview or when people are looking at your business. But if you have a really common name, you might need to put a keyword after it, like music. And if that's not available, you might need to get even more creative, like sound. And then hopefully you'll stumble upon something that is available. Other tips are there are very few situations where you want to use dashes. Generally, don't use dashes because people don't remember to type them in, and you want your domain name to be as easy as possible to remember. Also, I wouldn't use numbers unless you find a really clever way to do it, and I would run that by me down below in the comments. Lastly, exact match domain names like Best Real Estate Los Angeles can help you rank a little bit better from the get-go in Google, because when people search for something like Twitter in Google, it's going to give us twitter.com, and when we search for something like YouTube, it's going to give us youtube.com. In other words, the letters that match the domain name are a big time signal for what Google returns. Choosing a .net or a .org or a .info and so on won't adversely affect the way you rank in Google. You still have just as good of a chance to rank. However, the .coms are the most recognizable, which can give you a real advantage from the start, because when people hear of your business, they're going to automatically go to your .com, and getting more traffic right away is a good sign to Google, which can actually increase your rankings quickly over time. Alright, once you've found your domain name, I can just simulate something similar to what we're going to use, although we're just going to use Comfy Animals. You can click select. I hope you get a promotional period, like the special offer for just 99 cents. And if not, then GoDaddy usually offers your first year for $2.99 and your next year for $15, because the standard price is $15 for a domain name. Then click continue to cart. Say no thanks to all the other steps because we're going to learn how to do that stuff on our own. And continue to cart again. And no thanks to the business cards. I recommend Vistaprint for that. Now once we're on the review order page at GoDaddy, you can choose the term, and while I highly recommend 2 years to get this discount of 99 cents first year, $10 second year, because that saves you money off of what it could be, which is $15 each year. I do understand if you just want to register for 1 year, especially because if you get a promotional offer like 99 cents for your first year, that's pretty hard to beat. Make sure to keep the promotional code locked in if GoDaddy gave you one. And if they didn't, then just do a search for Retail Me Not with GoDaddy in your search query and check out their GoDaddy promos page. If you don't find something here, then do that same process for Fat Wallet GoDaddy, and you might find something there, because I know I've found something especially here at Fat Wallet before, and it saved me money. But I don't earn any incentives from promoting Fat Wallet or RetailMeNot. With our awesome GoDaddy domain name price of $1.17 to be exact, we're going to proceed to checkout. Now it's time to continue as a new customer or log in again. So let's go with the returning customer option and click enter. Now it's just going to say that you can't get the great promotion because it's limiting one per customer, and we've already used a promotion. So that's a bummer. But in your case, I hope you get that promotion, and all you have to do is click I agree and place your order. I hope you get that, because if it's your first time registering with GoDaddy, you absolutely should. You deserve to save money. Once you click place your order, GoDaddy will do all the necessary steps to register your domain name and make sure that it works properly. You can now manage my domains by clicking your name and quick links manage my domains, and it'll show you all the domains you've registered at GoDaddy. Just take a mental screenshot of this page, because we're going to come back and we're going to change one setting in this screen to point the domain name at our hosting. And that setting is name servers. So just take a mental picture of name servers, and we'll come back here in a few minutes. Alright, I'm going to close GoDaddy because our domain name is done. Open our checklist, and we can go ahead and cross out that domain name that we got. Good stuff. We actually got it for either $1.19 or $10.19, which is good stuff. So let's update that. Next up, it's time to register our hosting. It's a pretty similar process to what we did at GoDaddy. And let's head over to HostGator.com, the experts in web hosting. Now, I really can't say enough about HostGator, but they do a pretty good summary right here. You get an easy control panel with HostGator. You get one-click script installs. That's what WordPress is. It's a script. You get to try out Google AdWords for $100, so you can boost your marketing efforts from the start, and $100 to Yahoo Bing if anyone uses them. You get access to templates, and perhaps most importantly, you get 99.9% uptime guarantee that your website will not go down. And perhaps more importantly, you get a 45-day money-back guarantee. But that's not all. You can always click support to and talk to someone at HostGator when you click start a live chat. You just have to tell them why you're contacting them, and then click continue. I kid you not, they will even just talk about how your day is going, and it's a lot of fun. One of my first WordPress friends recommended I use HostGator back when I got started in, must have been early 2000s, and since then I've not been able to say enough good things about HostGator. They're simple, they're cheap, and they just plain work. It really takes the worries out of the hosting process, unlike some other companies, which of course I'm not going to name. Alright, so to get our hosting registered, it's going to go pretty quickly, but just click Get Started Now, this button right here. And you can also click Web Hosting, because those will take us to the same place. Once we do that, we can choose a hatchling plan, a baby plan, or a business plan, as those are HostGator's 3 cornerstone plans. In most of my other tutorials on YouTube, I would recommend the baby plan, because this lets us get unlimited domains, meaning you can host your website, your parents' website, your friend's website, and several clients' websites. And it just feels good in a sort of medium kind of way, like getting a medium coffee would feel good. However, today we're going to go with the business plan. We need a little bit more. We want to beef things up. And the most important thing here is, because we're accepting payments online and doing online transactions, it's highly recommended we have a private SSL and a private IP, which we're going to learn how to set up. Those are free with business, and if you got a different plan, you could also add this on, but I like having them included, and less headaches. So we're going to go with business plan. Alright, so that's business plan in a nutshell, and to get going with it, we need to click sign up now. Alright, in our HostGator order form, it's now time to register this hosting plan and get it working for us. So let's just follow the steps. In step 1, we need to choose a domain, and if for some reason you didn't want to get a domain name at GoDaddy, you can also get a new domain name from HostGator, provided it's available. And they'll do the usual searches for you and tell you if it's available or what it costs for the different extensions. In our case, we want to just click I already own this domain. And then we actually have to enter our domain because HostGator is going to create a hosting account that is set up specifically for that name, that domain name. There we go. Just check that one at the top and don't add any other ones. That's my recommendation. And we're done with step 1. In step 2, we need to choose our hosting plan and the billing cycle, which is obviously very important as it affects the cost. We can see that longer terms get the price down for us by about $3 a month, maybe a little bit less. Now I'll let you know that my first hosting registration ever, several years ago, was for 12 months because I didn't want to worry about setting up hosting again or having to, renew anything. However, 1 month is also a good idea if you don't want to be locked in. And so in this case, we're just going to get 1 month. That part's totally up to you. Consult your budget and your accountant on it. And remember that the coupon we use will affect the first invoice. You can only use a coupon once at HostGator, so it will reduce the total price for 24 months more than it'll reduce the total price for 6 months, for example. With 1 month selected, we need a username and a security pin. And now we're done with step 2. In step 3, you need to enter your billing info just like you would for any other online transaction on Amazon or wherever else you shop. And then in step 4, we're going to uncheck the extras because we know how to do this stuff on our own and we don't want to pay for it. And then step 5, we're getting towards the end here, we'll see we have the option to enter a coupon code, which HostGator has already done for us, kindly enough. They've already given us Snappy, and that discounts our hosting price, which was originally $16.95 down to $13.56. So just to be clear, when it says 1 month at $13.56, that already has 20% applied to it, 20% off. $13.56 includes 20% off, which came off of $16.95. Just so you know, I had to pull up the live chat to get that question answered when I first registered. But we can do a little bit better, I hope, and just type in Dear Blogger 2015. Hope this works for you. Click validate and then watch this green number go up, hopefully. And we can see it did. We're now saving 45% on $16.95. If you run the numbers and type in $16.95 times 0.45 for 45%, that'll be 7.63, which is exactly what we're saving. And guys, this is the best hosting coupon I know of anywhere on the web, so I hope it works for you, and good luck using it. I really want you to save money on this purchase so you can use it towards other things to make your website great. Hope it works. Just a reminder again that I do earn a commission for offering you this coupon and for referring HostGator to you, just so we're transparent here. I need to tell you that, and thanks a lot for using the service. It helps me stay online and make these tutorials. Alright, with all this locked in, I want you to triple check your review order details in step 6. You get that 24/7 365 support for free. Instant account activation is free, money back for 45 days, And the business plan for 1 month is going to come out to $9.32, which is actually less than $10 right here. So I'm just going to write in $9.32. Good stuff. Our order's looking good for now though. Make sure you have the right email here in part 3 in email, because HostGator will send the details for the next step to that email. And if you don't have this correct, you'll need to contact support and have them manually send it to a new email. So make sure your email is correct. Alright, with everything locked in and our order details reviewed, I'm confident and happy with our amount due right here of under $10. And I'm just going to check this box right here. Side note, I have actually read the TOS, the cancellation and the privacy, which you should too. And then just click checkout now. Once you click checkout now, we're all done with part 2, which is getting our hosting for $9.32 a month, under $10. We can cross off step 2. And now it's time to head to our inbox where HostGator should send us an email.